Should I vaccinate my child?
Of course. Here you go.
Thank you. I'm Crystal,
I'm Emma.
and this is
Bias in Surveys.
Yay!
Study and Design. We were asked to investigate how much different forms of bias can affect the results of a survey by seeing if we would receive different results by using a biased and unbiased question. The population used was Pierce High School students. We asked a sample of 40 students, should children be vaccinated? And another 40 were asked, should children be put at risk by receiving vaccinations? The addition of the phrase, be put at risk, created a wording bias.
We were asked to survey a total of 80 students from Pierce High School. Each student in each grade was assigned a number. Using random number generator, 20 students from each grade were randomly chosen. Stratified random sampling, half of which were assigned to be asked the biased question, the other half were assigned to be asked the unbiased question. We hypothesized that more subjects being asked the biased question would say no than subjects being asked the unbiased question. Throughout the following weeks, we spent several lunch periods finding and surveying the subjects, recording the majority of these interviews.
While designing our project, we expected to encounter difficulties finding the students, particularly the freshman subjects. These problems were in fact valid as we struggled to find the freshmen during lunch period, leading us to have to message them through social media and not receiving responses.
Results. 80 students were selected and all were contacted and asked one of the two questions. 72 subjects, or 90%, chose to answer. 34 participants from the biased group and 38 from the unbiased group. Approximately 47% of participants were from the biased group and 53% were from the unbiased group, making it fairly even. In this group, there were 38 boys, 52.78%, and 34 girls, 47.22%.
After data collection, we came to the conclusion that a biasly worded question causes response bias. When asked the unbiased question, only about 8% of subjects responded with no, whereas when the biased question was asked, about 68% said no. This result was consistent with our hypothesis that the biased question would yield a higher number of oppositions to vaccinations. Out of male subjects, 36.84% were opposed to vaccinations compared to 35.29% of females, making the split extremely even between genders.
Soka-toa, 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 soka.
Alright, should children be vaccinated? Okay.
Okay.
Start receiving vaccinations? No.
Okay.
Should children be put at risk by receiving vaccinations? Okay. Should children be vaccinated?
Yes.
Okay.
Children be vaccinated?
Yeah.
Children be vaccinated.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, babe.
Should children be vaccinated? Yeah.
Okay. Should children be put at risk by receiving vaccinations? Okay. Should children be put at risk by receiving vaccinations? No.
What?
Should children be put at risk by receiving vaccinations?
Of course.
Should children be put at risk by receiving vaccinations?
No.
Shut up! Should children be vaccinated?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, do you think should children be vaccinated?
And now, a licensed professional.
How do you feel about children being vaccinated?
You know, it's interesting that you asked that question. I was recently retired from UC Davis Medical Center here in Sacramento, and I also worked at Kaiser Hospital. And over the past, I would say, decade, it's become very fashionable, per se, for parents to refuse to have their children vaccinated. They feel that this really leads to worse diseases and can be harmful in the long run. I think what's happening too is we're getting a lot of kids who are getting, serious things like serious measles because you're not getting your MMR. But on the other hand, the opponents say that MMR can really affect you in the long run. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm afraid that more and more kids are not getting vaccinated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, students, particularly, we will collect the data by asking 40.
I got this.
Keep going.
Your eyes are squinty, so you can't see that you're not looking at the camera. You can see what I call my eyes squinty. Baby, it's cold outside.